Good afternoon and welcome along to the Dave Bryant Stadium for live 90 minutes coverage of Enfield Town versus Chippenham Town. It's another massive game at the bottom of the Vanarama National League South as the race to stay up hots up. There are 6 games left. Town come into this one 4 games unbeaten. Their opponents, Truro, won last weekend to put to an end a run of 4 games of successive defeats. The big news from the Town lineup today is that Jack Bates is in from the start. Harry Sidwell keeps his place with Bailey Brown on the bench, and up front the lone striker is Sam Youngs. I'll cover the full team sheet momentarily, but before that it's my immense pleasure to welcome along the happiest man in North London, Town fan extraordinaire, it's John Manatara. John, how are you and how are you feeling about this afternoon's crunch game?
Yeah, I'm really good. I'm actually feeling very confident, especially the last 5 matches on current form. The Towners are 6th in the form table, and Cheltenham Town, as we say, the Bluebirds, are 22nd. So all reason to be confident and approaching this game with a bit more je ne sais quoi, but a kind of a feeling of optimism. And but I think the current form's been brilliant, and the team's really stepped up and they've gelled, and a few tweaks here and there each match seems to work. Gavin's done a really great job.
Indeed, current form, as you say, red hot for Town at the moment. The draw last week against Slough came after that memorable last-minute victory at home to Truro here at the Dave Bryant 2 weeks ago with 2 goals in added time. Before that, it was a win at home to Hampton and Richmond, and then a win at Salisbury. So 3 wins and a draw in the last 4. Chippenham, by contrast, as I say, they beat Weymouth last time out. Prior to that, they'd had a run of 4 defeats, but it's worth bearing in mind that those 4 defeats were against Maidstone, Truro, Eastbourne and Torquay. So 4 sides pushing for the playoffs. So let's not get too carried away about Chippenham's form. They're still going to be a difficult nut to crack, I think. Currently sitting 14th in the table, so not really pushing for promotion, safe from relegation. One might argue that they're there for the taking. They're the best sort of opponents to be playing at this time of the season.
Yeah, I prefer to play a mid-table team than a team battling for relegation or for promotion. So it's probably the ideal type of team to play on current form. Like you said, played decent sides to lose to, and not massively either. And also be quite sweet to gain a bit of revenge after losing 3-2 with a late 3rd minute added time goal at Cheltenham in end of August last year, wasn't it? So it'll be interesting to see what we can do. It's going to be a good game, and with the changes we've seen, they're going to miss Leone Gravato, who got sent off against Weymouth. So they've made a couple of more changes, but they're a good side. Matt McCullough is a really good captain, seasoned professional, scored a penalty the last match, and not a team to be taken to easily. But they've got a lot of potential to cause us problems. But yeah, let's go for it, Uptowners. Let's feel a bit of optimism. The sun shines out, and onwards and upwards.
It's a glorious day here at the Dave Bryant Stadium. We'll go into a full meteorological breakdown imminently, but I think the first piece of business is to go through the team sheets. Starting with today's visitors, Chippenham Town, managed by Gary Horgan, who's coming up to 10 years at the club actually. He joined as a player back in January 2016. The Chippenham lineup here is number 1 in goal, Will Henry, 2 Jack Poffley, 3 Freddie Grant, 7 Tyreek Johnson, 8 Jake Evans, 9 their captain Matt McClure, 10 Tom Owen Evans, 11 Alex Bray, 14 Luke Spokes, 16 Kane Bradbury and 19 Harry Parsons. And their substitutes are number 4 Tom Mayhew, 5 Aaron Amity Holloway, 12 Joe Andrews, 17 an academy player Harley Voza and 18 Nat Williams. And Enfield Town lineup, and this was one that did have everybody stopping and staring and puzzling a bit, so I'll read it out and you can make your own minds up. In goal, number 1 Joe Wright, the back 3 as always 5 Zav Benjamin, 19 Adam Thompson and 16 Henry Hawkins. Thereafter, number 20 the captain Mickey Parcell, 15 Harry Sidwell, 4 Jack Bates, 12 Billy Leonard, 7 Lennon Peake, 8 Sam Youngs and 11 Ollie Knight. And the substitutes for Town today, very attack-heavy substitutes bench. 9 Anonta Chukwu, 10 the new signing Sian Dillon, 14 Bailey Brown, 17 Charlie Stallard and 8 Hisham Kasimu. So we think it will be the usual back three for Town, Benjamin Thompson-Hawkins. In front of them, sitting, would be Mickey Parcell and Harry Sidwell. The wing-backs we expect to be Billy Leonard and Ollie Knight. And then Sam Young's on his own up front with Lennon Peake and Jack Bates potentially supporting. That's what we think. John, what do you make of that?
I think it's a good lineup. It's interesting, obviously, but I think Bailey Brown's slightly injured, so we've got Jack Bates there, and Ollie Knight's been on form. Sam up front, well, he's a great. Let's face it, he's a top scorer and 16 goals, and it's a good move. It's worth trying out, and not keeping it too predictable for the opposition when we're getting a formation sometimes. So I like that, and hopefully it'll pan out and work out for us.
The two sets of players are out on the pitch. You'd be pleased to know that Joe Wright and Reece Forster have just shared an embrace in the centre circle. Reece Forster is obviously not going to be thrilled at not being regularly in the team anymore, but as Gavin McPherson explained in the post-match interview last week, Joe Wright's not done anything wrong. He's the man in possession at the moment. There is going to be a minute's silence before the game today, because today is the memorial match in memory of Dave Bryant.
Oh, you could have done it.
We will be having the minute's silence shortly. It's going to be signalled by the referee's whistle. Prior to that, I'll say hello to Towner Phil and Stanners. Thank you, as ever, for always tuning in. And we'll have our minute's silence in memory of John Taylor. It will be signalled by the blow of a whistle, which hasn't happened yet. The two captains are just gathering for the coin toss at the moment. The pitch has fallen silent. The whistle will indicate the beginning of the minute's silence. The players have gathered around a centre circle, and you'll hear that whistle in a moment. Good afternoon, welcome back to the Dave Bryant Stadium. We've just had a minute's silence in memory of Dave Bryant.
We therefore welcome Dave's family and friends here.
It's the Dave Bryant Memorial Match today. Family and friends of Dave Bryant are special guests of the club today. The players are out. Town, as ever, resplendent in white shirts, blue shorts, blue socks. The visitors Chippenham, top to toe in black, which means Joe Wright, the Town goalkeeper, is top to toe in green today. And the Chippenham goalkeeper, Will Henry, is in a luminous yellow top to toe kit, which you will spot from the skies above. Everything is set. It's a glorious blue skied afternoon. If you're being pedantic, you could say there are some wispy clouds around, but essentially it's a clear blue sky. There is a breeze. That might get the goalkeepers thinking for high crosses. The whistle goes, and the first of 6 remaining games begins with Town kicking off, firing the ball up the left, Peake challenging. John, I'll ask you imminently to keep an eye on the Town formation to check if it is indeed Sam Young's furthest up the pitch, with Peake and Bates, who we think might be supporting him. Certainly seems as if it's Sam furthest forward, Peaks next furthest forward, and Jack Bates dropping a little bit. Ollie Knight dropping, yep. The ball's just gone out of play right on the touchline on halfway in the dugouts in front of us, the Enfield Town dugout. And the first throw of the game will be taken by Alex Bray. Alex Bray takes the throw on the right for Chippenham. Hawkins lobs the ball clear, and that's something for Grant to keep an eye on. He, not the most confident ball, sideways to Poffley, and he just smashes the ball forward, and that will be easy for Joe Wright, who'll let it go for a goal kick. So it's a gorgeous day, blue skies all around, barely a cloud in the sky, short shadows, shirt sleeves everywhere. Decent sized crowd in as well, people still arriving, fans still arriving. You can see a few familiar faces wandering by. We're now lacking a stand at the far end opposite the bar and the commentary box. That's of course been removed, and the movement of seats is well underway as Joe Wright's goal kick is fired up the right. Comes back and Adam Thompson heads clear. Spokes gets a head on it. Hawkins wins his header. McClure challenges there with Sidwell, and it's left for the Knights to volley left-footed forward. Goalkeeper Will Mellor's going to have to come all the way out. Of his goal, Will Henry, sorry, comes all the way out, but Chippenham clear their lines up the left. Benjamin heads up the line. Sidwell tussles with Owen Evans, and free kick is given against Harry Sidwell. Sidwell keeping his place after a very impressive display at the heart of midfield last week alongside Mickey Parcell away to Slough. Caught up with town manager Gavin McPherson before the game to ask about Bailey Brown's omission. Bailey Brown returning to fitness, not quite fully there, so he's on the bench today. Sidwell keeping his place in the starting 11, and Bates coming in with Chuku dropping out as Chippenham take the free kick into the area. Hawkins gets the head on it, and that's out of play for first throw in an attacking position for Chippenham. It's level with the edge of the area on the right, and it will be taken by Alex Bray. Bray throws it short into Owen Evans. He chips it into the area. It's headed clear initially by Hawkins. It's going to fall for Owen Evans again. Drills it across the area, but it's behind McClure, and it drifts all the way out at the far end for a throw. First half chance there, first threat. It was from a throw on the right, not entirely cleared by Town, and Owen Evans just drilled the ball low across the area. No real danger accrued, but a first real threat of the game, John.
Yeah, it wasn't a great cross, but it's interesting to see the target man, Harry Parsons, was there, and Matt McClure were waiting for the cross. There seemed to be the main two pushing forward when they're attacking. It's luckily it wasn't a great cross, but we did get caught out there very quickly, and hopefully they'll wake up the team at the back there and keep up the usual great form they're on.
There's a bit of head tennis and throw-ins in the middle third. Benjamin's going to collect the ball to take a throw for Town, right back position, just inside his half. In fact, he rolls it to Billy Leonard. He'll take the throw for Town. First 4 minutes, that's just a bit of gentle sparring so far. Leonard throws up the line. Youngs gets a flick on Peak, treads and the ball falls over, and Grant can clear up the line for Chippenham. It's a good header from McClure, looking for Parsons, but Hawkins was across to clear agriculturally, and it's all the way through to Will Henry. Back in the Chippenham goal. He missed 3 games last month, the first games he's missed this season. He was out injured. He's kept 10 clean sheets so far this season. He fires up towards the left. It's Johnson for Chippenham. Johnson again, shoving the ball forward, looking for McClure. Thompson's there first. Benjamin is outmuscled there by Owen Evans, and then the loose ball's picked up here by Evans, trying to flick it into the area, but Benjamin will clear for Town. Up as far as Youngs on the far side, looking to hold the ball up, but he's dispossessed by Johnson. Johnson on the left now for Chippenham. He's dribbled out of play, but the throw has gone Chippenham's way. Tyreek Johnson, who made a brief Premier League appearance against Arsenal once upon a time in his Southampton days 6 years ago. He's thrown it up the line on the left, and it's chipped into the area. Flicked header from McClure goes wide. A little too easy that for Chippenham. They built on the left, unchallenged, were able to fling across into the area. McClure, unchallenged, got a flicked header away. It drifted harmlessly wide, but perhaps a little too easy for Chippenham to build there.
Yeah, they don't seem to be closing down the Chippenham forward line, and they're alternating, using wing-backs cutting in and swapping sides, I know, so far. And I think he's got McClure and Parsons up front. They're the two, but then I think Owen Evans has been crossing paths with Alex Bray. So interesting lineup.
Town yet to really get into the Chippenham half. They might have an opportunity now. Ollie Knight chased, but the ball was poked out of play by Bray on the right for Chippenham, and it's a throw on the left for Town, which Henry Hawkins will take right on halfway on the left. Henry Hawkins is now up to 20 appearances for Town. Only arrived in December, but 20 appearances already. Ball's gone out of play. Town have gained about 20 yards, and Ollie Knight will take this throw on the left. He throws down the line for Sam Youngs. He's got two men around him down by the corner flag. Youngs tried to turn his man, and he's won a corner. He's done well there because he was up against two players in a bit of a cul-de-sac and didn't really have anywhere to go, but managed to win the corner. Good work there from Youngs. And Town have their first corner of the game on the right. Looks like it'll be Peak to take. It's actually taken by Bates towards the near post, punched clear by Will Henry. Comes out. Parcell tried a shot, and speculative effort comes in from Ollie Knight on his left foot, which is easy enough for the goalkeeper to gather, but that's Town's first shot on target of the game. Ollie Knight, 3 goals this season, all from the bench in recent weeks. There was a train of thought that he'd earned his place in the team. Well, he's got it now. Gavin McPherson, before the game, the Town manager, explaining that he wanted to see crosses from Ollie Knight. That was the main motivation for picking him. So he's in at left wing back. John Oyenuga out injured at the moment, and Charlie Stallard on the bench for Town, and that's the left wing back situation. It's going to be a throw on the right wing for Chippenham, which Johnson will take. Tariq Johnson, he'll made a bit of a mess of that, and the throw's now gone Town's way inside their own half on the right as they attack. Town fans are in good voice. Town players haven't really picked up their energy levels as yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been, I wouldn't say it's lacklustre, but there's just been no cohesion yet. I think I'd say that for both teams, early days. Interesting with Bates, he does good corners, set pieces. I think Peak will be supporting, Assist King will be supporting Sam Youngs. So it'll be interesting how we adapt, but not too much to write home about this stage.
Peake's got the ball in the right corner, down by the right corner flag. He's up against 2 players, and one of them, Johnson, has squeezed the ball out of play and won the throw. Did well there, Johnson. But yeah, it's like, I wouldn't say a lack of urgency, but a lack of real energy so far from the Town players. It gives me an opportunity to say hello to Spencer, who's listening in California, which is a grand old effort. Hello also to Andrew and Lorraine, who may also be listening from wherever they are. They're normally sitting round and about me. And while there's a break in play because the Town player has gone down on halfway for a free kick, I'll also wish a happy birthday to Jim Cantle. An early happy birthday. It's his birthday next week. Town will be away from home next week, but happy birthday, Jim, ahead of time. Regular listener, we very much appreciate your listening, and had a hello from your wife earlier today just before kick-off. So Town have a free kick just inside the Chippenham half. Parcell delivers it. It gets caught in the wind, I think. Thompson flicks it on. It's headed clear. Benjamin will head it back towards the Chippenham area. It was Bradbury who won the header out, and Benjamin lobs it back in towards the area. Sam Youngs will try and pick it up on the bounce, but it's cleared by Grant. Headed back by Peake. Headed clear by Bradbury. A lot of head tennis going on. And now Owen Evans, neat 1-2 with McClure, and he can bring it forward up the left, but cut out by Adam Thompson. Did well there. He shoved it forward, and there was something there for Bates to chase after, but Chippenham have smuggled it up to halfway. However, the ball's gone out of play, and Town have the throw and it's in a fairly attacking position. It's about 25 yards up the line on the right. Chance for Town perhaps to build a bit of pressure, which they've failed to do really. They've had the one corner and it resulted in a weak speculative effort from Ollie Knight, but yet really to cause any trouble. So they might do so now with a throw taken by Billy Leonard up the right. Sam Young's down by the corner flag on the right, holding the ball up, trying to turn his man. He's done really well actually, retained possession, giving it back to Billy Leonard. Leonard crosses low into the area. It's brought down here by Knight, tries to stab it out to Peake. Here's Bates. Bates gives it to Leonard. Leonard back with Bates on the right. Bates tries to get a cross in. It's deflected. It's kept in initially by Chippenham, but now the flag's gone up and a corner is given to Town. It's their second off the first half. This one will be on the right. It was good work there by Peake and Bates out on the right flank. One thing I have noticed though, we're using Sam Youngs as the lone striker. He's often drifting off into the corners, and if he's off into the flanks, it means the onus is really on the midfielders to get into the area and support. The corner will be taken from the right by Lennon Peake this time. It will be an in-swinger. In it comes towards the near post. It's headed on. It's off the crossbar. Poked clear, half cleared. Still loose in the area. It's got to come out to Mickey Parcell. Parcell does well, beats his man, crosses back into the area. It's gone over everybody. Oh, it's just behind the net goal. A lot of fans around me thought it had gone in. It drifted behind the goal. It's going to be another corner. There were shouts as though the ball had gone in. I think a bit of an optical illusion there. It looked like the ball had drifted into the net. But initially, from the initial corner, the header came in. It hit the crossbar. It was half saved by the goalkeeper. John, I'll bring you in a minute to try to make sense of what happened there. A real scramble, but it's going to be another delivery from Lennon Peake. Town's third corner, their second in quick succession. Again from the right, left-footed by Peake towards the near post. This one's headed clear by Chippenham and it's out of play for a throw. That initial effort, that hit the crossbar. What did you make of that?
Yeah, we could have done one of those VAR decisions there, but I don't think it went over. It's optical illusion probably, like you said, from this angle. And then the other shot as well from Mickey Parcell. It looked so... It looks good pressure, at least pulling under pressure, and it looking dangerous.
Town haven't quite made the most of that throw, but they'll get a second chance here.
Oh, and score update, Salisbury City are 1 up against Tunbridge Angels.
Salisbury, Tunbridge Angels and St Albans against Farnborough. That's another result to keep an eye on today. Chesham playing well, and we'll try to keep an eye on those. But meantime, Town have taken their throw on the right. It's Knight trying to battle away there on the far side. He's won another throw. He's done well. It's a throw on the right, down by the corner flag, just 5 yards from the corner flag. So Town having a little spell of sustained pressure here after a pretty slow first 10 minutes. The last 3 or 4 been a bit livelier from Town, sparked into life somewhat. In comes the throw into the area. Youngs tries to get a flick on it. Everybody appeals as the ball goes behind and a goal kick is given, and that had all the indications of one of those decisions where the ref doesn't quite know what to do, errs on the side of caution and gives it to the defending side. But finally their Town have woken up a bit, a little spell of pressure. Yeah, it's a 5-minute spell and they're looking dangerous. Looking the team is a bit more confident in the last few games. You can see that bit more assertive when we finally did get going. And so signs are good so far. Henry's goal kick goes above the head of McClure and Thompson got the initial header. Bradbury tries to shove it forward, but Billy Leonard clears high towards the halfway line. Here's Ollie Knight challenging for a header. Peake tries to get stuck in as well, but Spokes has done well to emerge with the ball. He's beaten 2 players, then stabs the ball over, hits it, and that goes out of play for a goal kick to Town. So 14 minutes in, it's been a cagey start, certainly a cagey first 10 minutes. Town have been a bit more assertive in the last 4 minutes. What are you making of this formation then so far for Town, John? Sam Youngs just seems to be going everywhere across the front three. Yeah, it hasn't been, like I say, like a classic front man in the middle there, and he seems to be wandering to the right, then onto the byline, rather than being central at times, which is a bit confusing, probably to the opposition as much as us. Not the best kick there from Joe Wright. He's now feeling at his foot. I don't know if he stubbed his toe as he took that, but it didn't make halfway. It just dribbled rather forlornly out of play for a throw 10 yards inside his own half on the left. And so that's the throw taken by Johnson for Chippenham. The ball's stabbed one back by Town, stabbed forward now up towards Peake, who's the furthest forward now. It's headed clear by Chippenham. Ollie Knight up rather than out. Sidwell battling for it on halfway. Knight challenges again, but Spokes has done well there. And now here he comes trying to bring it forward. Chippenham player goes down, play continues. Sidwell can bring it forward. He pokes it out left to Peake, tries to give it back to Bates, but that's gone behind him and Chippenham can clear up there right. And Hawkins is going to have to keep an eye on the bouncing ball. He's under pressure here from Parsons. Hawkins won the header in the end, but Parsons has picked himself up, giving it back to McClure inside the area. McClure lays it back. Here's Spokes, tries a shot, it's blocked inside the area. Another shot comes in from Evans, and that's over the bar. Jake Evans with the left-footed shot. A little moment of pressure there. It was all a bit of a scramble, all a bit last ditch in terms of the clearances from Town and hurried in terms of the play from Chippenham. It was just a long ball up the right. Hawkins kept an eye on the bouncing ball. He won the header but then tripped over the prone Chippenham player, who then picked himself up and picked up the loose ball, and Chippenham were able to fashion half a shot. You wouldn't say they exactly carved open the Town defence, but a little nervy there for Town at the back.
Yeah, it was a bit. I think the good thing is they were closed down, and mind you saying that, McClure was fluffed his first attempt, lost control. Otherwise, if he shot first time, could be more of a threat.
Town now trying to battle for possession, but it's back with Parsons for Chippenham. However, they've now given it away. And here's Bates. Peake gives it back. Sidwell tries to spread it wide to Knight, but Bray has won it for Chippenham. He plays it Enfield to Parsons. Parsons' first time ball out right has gone out of play. It's a throw to Town in the left back position, level with the edge of their own area. Harry Hawkins will take it, and after 17 minutes it's Enfield Town 0, Chippenham 0. If you're just joining us, the team news is that Sam Youngs is the lone striker for Town. Chuku has dropped to the bench. Jack Bates has come in, and he and Lennon Peake seem to be supporting Youngs in attack. Sidwell's kept his place in midfield. Bailey Brown's on the bench. And the left wing back today is Ollie Knight. He replaces Oyenuga, who's injured. Picked up an injury last week, with Charlie Stallard on the bench. Town took the throw, gained a few yards, but the ball's drifted out of play, and it's a throw now to Chippenham inside their own half. 10 yards inside their own half on the right. It's just in front of the away dugout, if you can picture the stadium. It's thrown up the line towards McClure. He heads in field. Chippenham player goes down, and a free kick is given on halfway to Chippenham. It's Owen Evans who's rolling around on the ground, and in fact the aggressor, Harry Sidwell, is himself taking even longer to get up. He's on his haunches, looks a bit shaken. He looks nothing like his father, Steve Sidwell, does he, Harry Sidwell?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping he'd be more of a standout with the red hair, really, but everybody seems to have dark hair today, most of the players in this match, and so identify them from distance. He seems to be a chip on the old block football-wise, though.
Yeah, very accomplished technical player. Saw him at close quarters last week against Slough. One touch, two touch sort of player in midfield. Here comes the free kick from Spokes from halfway in towards the area. It's headed clear by Thompson initially. And a second header, and now Bates is doing well here to bring it over halfway. It's Jack Bates on the left, just over halfway. Right-footed, big spread of play towards Sam Youngs. Takes it on his chest beautifully, brings it down, and he's crowded out by Owen Evans. Sam Youngs tries to steer it forward. Oh, bad miss kick there from the Chippenham player. His defensive colleagues bailed him out, and they've cleared up to halfway. That could have been dangerous if Town had had a striker in the penalty area, dare I say. Hawkins has to have two bites at the cherry to clear. It's cut out by Bray, and now Spokes, the orchestrator in midfield for Chippenham. Evans now gives it to Johnson. Johnson, left wing back, chips a ball forward, but he's overhit that, and Zav Benjamin can shepherd it back to Joe Wright. A word of congratulations, by the way, to Zav Benjamin. His added time clearance last week was worth a goal in added time. It was 1-1 away to Slough. Incredible clearance with Joe Wright beaten all ends up. Zav Benjamin sprinted back to clear off the line. It was fantastic stuff. Absolutely saved the point there for Town.
Yeah, even when I saw it on the video highlights as well, I still felt it's going to go in. It just showed how good it was. Great, awareness there, and he's a great player.
Yeah, I think the back three don't necessarily get the credit they've deserved, but the turnaround in Town's fortunes has really been built on that back three. Town now building on the right, however. Here's Peake into the area, tried to get a shot away, didn't make a clean connection, and the ball's drifted out of play. Goal kick is given. Half a chance there for Peake. The ball fell to him the right corner of the area. It was bouncing. He brought it down well enough. He did that part pretty well. But then when he tried to wrap his foot around it for a left-footed shot, he slightly stubbed his foot, really. and there was no venom in the shot at all, and it's a goal kick to Chippenham. 20 minutes in, what have you made of it so far? Any individuals caught your eye?
I'll be really honest, not really at this stage. It's interesting because sometimes we look as though we're going three up front at times and then switching around. It's hard to work out the plan for this. And Sam Young's on the right more than actually drifting into the middle yet again, and Peake seems to be in the middle. And then you've got the support of Ollie Knight on the left when we're going forward. As those are the three. Bates playing behind them, feeding them hopefully possession, and Sidwell just behind. I think the formation changes slightly when we attack.
Yeah, it's a fluid one, as they say. It's a bit scrappy on halfway, but now Chippenham can break over halfway. They flick the ball past Adam Thompson, but that's overhit, and Joe Wright can clear. He clears up to halfway, and that's going to go out to play for a throw to Chippenham just inside their own half on the left. As we approach the halfway point in this half, and there's not really been a great deal to report. Town hit the bar, flicked header from a corner after about 10 or 12 minutes. But other than that, there's barely been a shot. Not really many chances, not really many sustained patterns of possession or attacking play for either side. Be a throw on halfway to Chippenham on the left, taken short by Johnson. McClure takes one touch to control, and with his second touch volleys across the pitch. Bray's done well there, beaten Knight in the air. Bray advancing now into the right of the area for Chippenham. Bray gets to the byline, pulls it back into the area. It's cleared by Parcell, only as far as Spokes shoots low, and it's cleared by a Town player. It's going to come out to the right hand side and out of play for a throw. Little spell of pressure there for Chippenham.
Yeah, Benjamin blocked that shot, I think, and the pitch is quite hard and it's bouncing quite a lot. And there's dust flying up as well, so it's a bit like Bagatelle, became a Bagatelle at one stage there, but good clear out, I think. But if you don't shoot, you don't score. And it was a good block, though.
Yeah, it was a clean connection, actually, from Spokes. The effort, he was slightly to the right of the D, about 20, maybe slightly more than 20 yards out, hit it cleanly enough, but Benjamin got the block on. And it's a throw to Town midway inside their own half on the right. It's gone all the way up the line towards Peake. Peake trying to cut inside now. He's done really well. Now forces it out wide towards the left, and Ollie Knight. Knight goes down and wins a free kick against Bray, the number 11 for Chippenham. No yellow cards to his name yet this season, Alex Bray, and he's not going to pick one up today for that foul either. No yellow cards last season either. He's done pretty well for a defender, over 50 appearances without a yellow card. So it'll be a free kick to Town in a pretty threatening position. It's about 20 yards inside the Chippenham half, slightly left, kind of halfway in between the left flank and the centre circle. So it's a bit of an angle on it. Jack Bates and Lennon Peake inevitably standing over it. Bates has placed it on the ground. He's in discussion with Lennon Peake. Entertainingly, they're doing that thing that you see the professionals do in the Premier League, where they put their hand over their mouths to shield themselves from anyone who might be spying. Free kick's taken by Bates, right-footed in towards the area. It's headed out by Chippenham over the head of McClure, and Bates will now head it sideways to the left, and Peake, he'll try to steer it towards Ollie Knight, hugging the left touchline. But Bradbury gets there first, and at the second attempt forces it clear. However, it's headed back into the area by Billy Leonard. Town can't quite bring it down inside the area, however, and Chippenham clear up towards McClure inside his own half. McClure brings it down, tries to spread it forward. Parcell did really well to steal it through, though. Now it's out with Sidwell, shoves it wide to the right. Billy Leonard on his right foot, lines up a shot. It's blocked, spins high into the air. Johnson will try to prevent the corner, does well to prevent the corner, but it's kept in by Billy Leonard on the right. Tries to beat his man and wins a throw down by the right corner flag. Good little spell of one-touch build-up play there in the centre by Town to fashion that chance. And then when the ball eventually dropped, it was to Billy Leonard from the edge of the area, the right corner of the area. He tried to get the shot away. It was a fierce one, but it was blocked. Town have the throw then on the right, and it comes. Chippenham has smuggled the ball clear, however, up towards halfway. Adam Thompson steps forward, gets the head in, does well. Goes into the afternoon sky, and then a free kick is given Chippenham's way for the aerial challenge. Bit of dispute about that. Town aren't happy. The referee's not going to change his mind, however. In fact, the referee's calling on the Chippenham trainer because there is a Chippenham player prone. Did you see anything too malicious in that, John?
I think it was a 50-50 challenge. I didn't really see anything malicious. It just, it got worse off. And of course, the referees blow when they see any injuries like that, I guess. And It's weird though if they get the free kick because it was a 50-50 challenge, but I think the referee erred on the side of caution and he's speaking to Mickey Parcell, but to be honest, he's not guilty this time anyway, this time.
7 yellow cards to his name so far this season, Mickey Parcell, which is pretty standard going, I think, for 37 appearances, one every 5 or so games. Free kick now, the Chippenham player's picked himself up. Ollie Knight, I noticed, came over to the touchline and was given some instruction by Gavin McPherson, and players finally resumed with Henry, the goalkeeper, taking a long free kick up towards the town area. It's cleared initially by Knight, then Harry Sidwell is caught late. Play goes on, Peake battles for it, does really well, feeds it into the path of Sidwell on the left flank. Sidwell has to cut into his right foot, now chips in towards the area looking for Sam Youngs. Youngs takes on his chest, but the flag's gone up. Town are appealing for something against the defender, but yeah, I think Sam Youngs didn't quite time his run correctly there. He may have been brought down after the flag had gone up, but it was academic. He was already offside, and it'll be a free kick right on the edge of the area that Will Henry will take. The 26-year-old goalkeeper who just signed a new contract for Chippenham last week. Interesting that Chippenham have started dishing out new contracts for next season, which I suppose they can do because they're guaranteed their survival. Town aren't yet able to do that. And another interesting thing I noticed about Chippenham, unlike almost every team I've seen in this division, almost every one of their players, all but 2 of their starting lineup today, have been at the club over a season. There's very few of them have just been brought in last summer. Most of them have been at least 2 seasons at the club. Pretty rare at this level. They've taken the throw short, 10 yards from the corner flag, now lob the ball into the area. Flick on comes on at the near post, but that's easy enough for Joe Wright to gather. Wright now bowls it out for Zav Benjamin. Right back position. Benjamin can drive forward as he likes to do, up the right flank, over halfway. Tries to feed it into Billy Leonard. He was full stretch though, couldn't quite steer it into the place of a teammate, and it's fallen to Grant for Chippenham inside his own half. Grant gives it back to Jake Evans. Now it's lobbed forward by Chippenham. There have been a few of these occasions though where Chippenham have tried to build from the back, and all they've done is lob it fairly aimlessly into the path of Joe Wright in the town goal.
Yeah, they haven't really offered much in attack, but I don't want to kiss of death as usual when I say that, isn't it? So yeah, hopefully they won't sustain any attacks and won't have a single shot.
Thompson there matching the Chippenham efforts blow for blow with an aimless forward pass of his own. It's not been a game for the purists so far, this one. I don't know if it's the pitch, as he said, it's a very dry surface, but it's been scrappy, it's been bitty. The flag's just gone up again, this time against Chippenham from another long ball, so it's another free kick to Town deep inside their own territory. There have been very few periods of possession, controlled possession. There have been very few periods of 1 and 2 touch passing. It's been a scrappy sort of first 28 minutes so far. In the North London sunshine, it's Enfield Town 0, Chippenham 0. Town have come closest with a flicked header from a corner glancing off the crossbar after 10 minutes, but it's been slim pickings really. Sidwell's kept his place and Jack Bates has come into the team. What have you made of those two so far? 2 of the less frequent starters for Town.
Yeah, I think they're more technical players, I guess, and you need that bit of creativity and good technique to release the ball the right time and look for gaps in the armoury of their defence at Chippenham. And now Sam Youngs is in the middle, Peake's on the left, and it's confusing me completely who's going to be where at this stage, but it's very fluid, as we said.
Chippenham on the attack. Bray's done well to keep the ball in on the right. He's given it infield to McClure, but he's tackled well by Thompson. Thompson gave it to Sidwell. He's given it to Peake. He's fired the ball long up the line, but that's too far for Sam Youngs. And under no pressure, Will Henry's able to gather in the Chippenham goal. He gives it to Grant. Grant out wide to Evans. Johnson, one-touch stuff from Chippenham. They just about get away with it, but now Sidwell's stolen it for Town, tries to feed it out left to Peake, but that's cut out by Bray. He gives it back to Poffley, and Chippenham can build with spokes inside his own half, plays a long ball forward, flag's gone up against Parsons on the far side. It's been a lot of that, attempted long passes, possession just changing hands, flag going up. The referee today is Zach Cunningham, and his assistants are Peter Wilson and Reece Pinchbeck. and they've been kept pretty busy, mainly by offsides. Joe Wright's taken a free kick for Town up the right, where Sam Youngs is hugging the touchline. He did really well to flick the ball backwards into play. Chippenham, though, clearing their lines, going up the line. McClure has got there just before Thompson, but that will be easy enough for Hawkins to come across and tidy up for Town. Hawkins, under no pressure at all, no one near him. He did a Cruyff turn to keep the ball in play. Not the best clearance there from Joe Wright, but Sidwell helps it on over halfway. Young's brought it down. Parcell stabs it forward. Bates tries to bring it down, but he's lost control, and Chippenham can lob it forward, and Thompson will take control of the high ball. Thompson, however, is bundled to the ground by McClure, and Parcell had to trot back just to tidy that up and give it back to Joe Wright. Joe Wright now has the ball on the ground in front of him. Everyone edges forward into the Chippenham half. The ball follows up towards the right touchline. Billy Leonard tries to get ahead in it, but the throw goes Chippenham's way, halfway inside their own half. And after 31 minutes, it remains Enfield Town 0, Chippenham 0, as A.D. Connolly, Town reserve goalkeeper, walks past us. We also saw Reece Forster walking past us. He's still not back in the team. Joe Wright, as Gavin McPherson, the Town manager, mentioned last week, Joe Wright's done nothing wrong, so he's in possession of the jersey, even though Reece Forster is the official number 1 for Town. We'll see how that position changes as the end of the season draws near. Chippenham are building on the left. Johnson's played it forward towards McClure. He holds it up, gives it back to Johnson. He goes back to halfway in Bradbury. Bradbury trying to cut in field. Youngs tries to get a foot in, and Chippenham are forced backwards towards Grant, and he goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Mellor. And the ball's pumped forward towards the right. Both sides appeal for a throw. Which way is the linesman going to give it? He's going to give it Chippenham's way, and level with the edge of the Chippenham penalty area, level with the edge of the Town penalty area. It's a throw to Chippenham as Reece Forster walks by. As the goalkeepers union just walked past us. A.D. Connolly and Reece Forster, big beaming smiles from both. Chippenham has taken the throw. Spokes, however, is dispossessed well by Lennon Peake outside his own area. Did really well there. Tries to force the ball forward. However, it's back with Bradbury inside the Town half. Gives it wide right to Spokes. Spokes chips the ball. Good cross into the area. McClure was arriving. It went over his head. Out of play for a goal kick. It was a really inviting cross from the right there from Spokes. He is a decent little player there in midfield, number 14 for Chippenham. Luke Spokes looks a little bit like Martin Odegaard, same sort of floppy hair going on, but likes to get his foot on the ball, pick a short pass, pick a long pass. It's still, however, even stuff, and neither side really grown into the game yet.
Yeah, that's a good chance, but didn't connect, luckily for Towners. It's been quite scrappy. The only good moments have been set pieces or when the ball's been on the ground, quick passing, especially for the Towners, or both sides, to be fair. And there hasn't been much to mention, really, or highlight, but perhaps Sidwell is probably at the Towners, has been quite, effective. He's covering a lot of the pitch as well. I'm saying that Sam Young's everywhere as well, on the right wing as well as the centre. So there's nothing exceptional, no great moments so far for the, like you said, the purists. But things are going to happen. It can't last like this for too long.
Chippenham are on the attack on the left, but it's cleared by Billy Leonard up towards halfway. And it's back with Grant just inside his own half for Chippenham. Town 0, Chippenham 0. Grant fires a long ball forward on the left. Flag stays down for Johnson. Manages to squeeze across into the area. It's cleared by Town out towards the right as they go forward. And the ball's gone out to play for a Town throw. There were appeals for offside against Johnson as the ball came in from deep up towards the left. I think Johnson may have been arriving from a deeper position. There was another Chippenham forward in an offside position, but he moved away from the ball. So the flag stayed down and nothing came of it. Town have a throw just inside their own half on the right. Billy Leonard takes it up the line. Youngs reaches for it, can't quite get to it. It's stabbed forward by Town in hope rather than expectation. Johnson scrambles it clear in as far as Billy Leonard. Now Sidwell takes over possession just on halfway, feeds it forward towards Bates. Bates chips the ball forward towards the left. It's going to fall for Ollie Knight, cuts onto his right foot, loses his footing. However, it's really unfortunate because it was a lovely touch to bring it down from his left foot onto his right to set up a shooting chance, and then he lost his footing. Chippenham have brought the ball away in as far as halfway, and Parcell got the foot in, and now Sidwell, neat shimmy, and chips the ball forward towards the right, and Sam Youngs is giving chase. Youngs does well battling against Johnson there on the touchline, but Youngs can't keep the ball in play. It's a throw to Chippenham in their left back position, deep inside their own half, and with 10 minutes to go, it's Enfield Town 0, Chippenham Town 0. I'll ask you in a moment, John, if there are any other score updates to come through. I don't think there are. It was just Salisbury 1 up as far as we heard. Salisbury 1 up against Tunbridge. 0-0 elsewhere in the games around Enfield Town. High ball there, which Ollie Knight, he made a bit of a mess of his control there. I don't know if he was staring into the sun, but that seems to bounce off his head behind him and go out of play for a Chippenham throw, just 10 yards inside the town half on the right. The world's smallest, youngest ball boy retrieves the ball, gives it to Bray. He takes the throw, gives it to Bradbury. Bradbury tries to spread the ball towards the left. Billy Leonard challenges in the air. It's given backwards towards McClure outside the area, tries a speculative shot. It's blocked from close range by Parcell. Spun out to play for a throw to Chippenham, level with the edge of the town area on the left, and another unfeasibly small ball boy on the far side can barely pick up the ball, let alone throw it. He gives it to Johnson on the far side. Johnson will take the throw, level with the town area on the left as Chippenham attack. He gives it backwards to Spokes. Spokes volleys it into the back post, and it has to be tipped over the bar by Joe Wright. Well, it seemed an inconspicuous sort of cross. I mean, McClure was chasing it, but there was no real danger. It bounced on about the 6-yard line, and as it bounced towards Wright, he took no chances and just shoveled it over his own crossbar for a corner to Chippenham.
Yeah, I think it was a bit it's a bit weird bounce, really. It was a bit of a weird shot, that one, speculative, but it was a safety first because McClure was on standby in case he didn't connect with it. So corner now, and I think it's going to be Luke Spokes to take it.
Spokes will take first corner for Chippenham. It's from the right. He takes it short towards the edge of the area, comes back out to him, he drills it into the area. Now in comes the shot. It's just wide. It was Parsons who got the shot from the edge of the area. It was a good training ground routine, that a 1-2 short and then drilled into the area. Parsons arrived just from the edge of the area, right foot shot low. It reminds me a bit of those Anderton Sheringham corners from the late 90s for Spurs in England. Those slightly older fans with slightly longer memories, but no harm accrued.
Just like Tottenham.
And just 8 minutes till half time, the biggest game in North London today. It is still Enfield Town 0, Chippenham 0, and Joe Wright will take the throw. Will take the goal kick for Chippenham up towards halfway. A spot of head tennis ensues. Hawkins just shoves his man out of the way and wins the header. Parcell got another foot in it. Youngs gets ahead in it. Peak lobs it forward. It's looking for Billy Knight. Grant makes a mess of his clearance. Chippenham still haven't quite got it clear. They've only just done so now. They diced with death a bit there in their own area. Couldn't deal with the bouncing ball. A lot of players losing their footing on this pitch. And now Chippenham have a throw right down by the town corner flag from that clearance. Little moment of indecision there in and around the Chippenham penalty area. Players again losing their feet in the penalty area.
Yeah, I think it's a couple of times they've had that, and I think it's because the ball's bouncing, because the ground pitch is quite hard. They're misjudging the bounce when they're clearing and passing.
Chippenham have taken their throw from the corner flag. It's down back out towards Bradbury. Bradbury chips into the area. Benjamin does well, rises high, gets the first head in it. Bates is having his shirt tugged there. He's tugged to the ground, and he's going to win the free kick for that. Unsubtle challenge there from Tyreek Johnson. The left wing back for Chippenham as Joe Wright takes the free kick straight out of play. Poor distribution there from Wright, making his 7th appearance since his return to the club. His 8th appearance since his return to the club. He's up to 103 appearances in total now for Town. 1 clean sheet to his name since returning for his second spell. Joe Wright, the 32-year-old. Chippenham on the attack on the left. It's cleared by by Thompson up the line. Sam Youngs gets ahead on it. Chippenham take possession with Spokes, shoving it over halfway. Hawkins nods it forward. Peak is just about gets a nudge onto it. Chippenham have lodged it forward again though. Benjamin challenges with McClure in the air. Billy Leonard then tries to control with his head, but he's going to be outmuscled here by Owen Evans, and then he's outmuscled by Parcell, and Parcell plays an early ball up the line towards Youngs, but Grant rises highest and first. Town can't quite hang on to possession, however, and here's Bradbury over halfway for Chippenham, plays the ball into the right flank. Parsons will try to keep it in, but he's treading through quicksand there, Parsons. and couldn't keep it in. It's a goal kick to Town. As we approach the final 5 minutes of the first half, what do you think Gavin McPherson's thoughts will be at the end of this first half? What do you think his half-time team talk will be like?
I think to get grip of the game, no other team has actually got by the scruff of the neck and say, I want this match. It's just like going to and fro, incredibly scrappy. Not great spectacular spectators for the spectators of this match, but I think he'll need maybe a bit more. I don't know, the fluidity up front in the formation maybe needs a bit more, width to get the balls on the wings and cut in, because it's all going down the middle and very scrappy. Nobody's getting a loose ball on the wings like Ollie Knight to get the service on the wings and to penetrate the middle then and releasing the ball early in the box.
Town on the attack on the right, but that's snuffed out at source really, where Chippenham, however, Parcells won it back, done really well there, chops inside, then it's stolen from him. Thompson, who's been faultless so far, Adam Thompson at the back, he stabbed it forward. Ball's, however, drifted out of play, and it's going to be a throw to Chippenham in their left back position. When you mentioned, I think aimless was a word you tossed into the pot there, John. I wonder to what extent is that coinciding with the absence of both Bailey Brown and Anointed Chuku to give a bit of physical presence to Town straight through the spine of the team?
Yeah, I think you summed it up nicely. I think it probably needs that. It's like it's a bit of stability, somebody to hold the ball and somebody to release the ball and fight the ball in the middle. It's just like, I don't think it's 2 or 3 passes maximum, and it's just no real balance, I guess. It's a bit like watching dare I say it, youth football sometimes, when it's a bit, hit and miss and haphazard, but no real, I don't know, it's just too many loose balls. And it's both teams, not just the Town. It's just one of those games that's hopefully we need to spark to ignite something in this match, that's for sure.
Yeah, real lack of fluency. Can Town change this now? 3 minutes until the break, and they've got a throw halfway inside the Chippenham half on the right. Mickey Parcells got the ball in his hands. Town fans have been pretty quiet as well because they've had very little to cheer, but they've broken into a little song of sorts as Parcells steps up, takes his throw in towards the near side of the area. Youngs jumps, tries to get ahead in it, but it's just drifted out of play for a goal kick, and that in a nutshell sums up the whole half, doesn't it? It really epitomises play, a throw taken in an attacking position, drifting straight out for a goal kick.
And I think Town have to step up a little bit, possibly second half, as St Albans have gone ahead now. They're 1-0 against Farnborough, and Salisbury is still 1 up against Tunbridge. Chesham United, Welling United, all square 0-0.
So an incentive if ever Town needed one. They've got possession on the right. Neat turn there from Billy Leonard. He's gone down, but plays continued. Ref not impressed by that, and Chippenham can bring it forward over halfway. Parsons trying to play an early ball into the path of Bray, but Ollie Knight read that well. Cleared up towards halfway. Spokes cleared it. Knight and Sidwell tried to bring it forward for Town, but Chippenham got to bring it forward. Here's Owen Evans. Goes back towards Spokes. Checks inside on the right. Gives it infield to Bradbury. Bradbury drifting past the centre circle. Flicks it forward. Shot from distance from Evans. Gets ironic cheers from the Town faithful because that was aimless, nowhere near on target. It's just drifted away for a goal kick. It's the sort of game, I think, if it finishes this way, Town will look back on this as 2 points dropped. There's a bit of an opportunity here. They're not under much real threat defensively. They need to create something. There's been a real lack of spark, a lack of fluency going forward, and a lack of spark in attack. Not had to do too much defensively. Joe Wright's not really had a difficult chance to save, but Town have created so little up the other end. Wright's taken a goal kick, and Chippenham are forcing the ball forward, and that's aimless again, and it's just going to drift straight back to Joe Wright. He gathers in his hands inside his area as we enter the final minute of the first half. I don't think there'll be too much stoppage time either. Wright kicks from his hands into the Chippenham half. It's a battle on halfway in the centre circle. Bates did well, and now the ball's with Ollie Knight, left-footed, first time crossing towards the area. Youngs rises, but from the edge of the area his header lacks no power, and it's easy for Will Henry to gather in the Chippenham goal. And it's difficult at the moment on current pattern of play to predict anything other than an extra clean sheet in the back pocket of both goalkeepers. Final 20 seconds of the first half. Henry kicks deep into the Town half. Hawkins rises. It's headed back in by Chippenham. Hawkins rises again. Spokes prods it forward. Flag stay down against Parsons on the right flank. Down by the edge of the area, trying to turn into the area now. Parsons feeds it back to the edge of the area. Owen Evans will pick it up, gives it back to Bradbury. Bradbury thinks about a shot, he's too far out, goes to Spokes, wide right. Spokes tries to play it into the path of Bray. Bray is nowhere near the same wavelength. The ball's trickled out of play for a goal kick to Town. Don't think there'll be too much added time. Your final thoughts on the first half? Pick out your highlights, John.
My highlights, welcoming half time. It's that bad. It hasn't been great. It's like who can play the worst, and it's quite, there hasn't been really any inspiring moments, but you know what, it's a bit cagey, and I'm sure tactics is going to change for both teams second half, because somebody's got to get a grip of this game and want to win it. But at the moment it's like, you know, beach volleyball, back and forth, head ball, and it's just like, it's tedious. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, it's tension in the air, but not much entertainment. The half-time whistle has gone. It's not one that's going to live too long in the memory, let's be honest. However, there are bonuses for Town. They haven't really looked like conceding, that's for sure. It's been a very secure defensive performance for Town. It's been a slightly experimental front line with Youngs, Peake and Bates interchanging in the front three. It's not really set pulses racing so far. Your final thoughts on that first half, John?
I think the positives have been defensively. The back three in particular have been solid, and the keeper hasn't really had much to do. I think something's got to change second half, because it's just not working up front for me at the moment. But then there's been no real creativity or good distribution. Use the wings more, because we seem to be concentrated rather than spread out to use those spaces. And there's no gaps. They haven't found any gaps to pierce their defence, and it's not a great defence either, what we've seen. They're good, but there's gaps there, and they've made mistakes. We're not capitalising on it.
Interestingly, it looks like all of the Town management haven't yet gone down the tunnel. They're still sitting in the dugouts having a little conflab amongst themselves. I can see John Nurse holding court there, Steve Conroy's on his feet, and I think that Gavin McPherson's still sitting there in the dugout, isn't he? I think he is still sitting there. I'll have to break off for half-time in a moment. Gavin McPherson is now getting to his feet. He is going to go down the dugout. It seems like they've had a good old discussion there amongst themselves to have a post-mortem about that first half.
I think they're feeling our pain up here watching that, so they're probably hopefully making some changes up, and something needs to be done. Otherwise, with the other teams winning, we could slip into danger within a week or two.
Indeed we might. Well, we'll leave you with that to ponder then for your half-time cup of tea. We'll be back. The microphone will stay on. We'll be back in about 12 or 13 minutes, so rejoin us just after 4 o'clock. You'll hear some muffled background noise, but until then I leave you with the half-time score of Enfield Town 0, Chippenham Town 0.
Yeah, he says something. I'm
I think that's just technology back. I have a friend who found the same thing, so about 10 seconds later.
What happens, we normally sit in that stand that's not there. I stuck and then it goes,
I'm sorry, there's not much. That's really bad, that's gratifying.
yeah, it's lovely.
It's a real pleasure to do anyway.
Well, it makes a lot of difference to the handicap. So when we both sit there for the 6 year way, we used to go to the fair way on that
I'm going to do the rest of the away games this season. I'm going to try to do a few more next season. This season. I won't be doing every one. It's just too much. I'll be able to do a few of the next season.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's lovely when I mean, sometimes when I'm sitting upstairs watching, it's dark.
Jack Russell from the other side. It was like, we had that dog walking up on the side.
No, we love
And then we'll be praying before the St. Albans game. That's the one.
That's the big one. They're winning at the moment.
So Salisbury as well. They've got a load of home games. We haven't won away in these us, I think, the rest of them. So they've got a really nice
Lynn and Jim. Yeah,
nice to meet you. Sometimes you need it to get No, I've just got to say, my mates were here.
It's the waiting birthday card for Mr. Jim from down there. Yeah, it's yeah, we're coming up to see Mr.
Just in the same still got 50 yards yeah, otherwise it comes to kick off like that. It's not going to but yeah, getting a nice there just means you end up sitting around the game. It's hard enough.
Just a little bit of usually Fluck have this information already, but our friends over in Toby Carvery, they open at 8 o'clock in the morning for breakfast and from 11:30 for drink. So if you get over early and you want to go to the away game, and they've got breakfast from 8 o'clock in the Toby Carvery. Sorry, can you move that? Alright.
Did you mention your name for a free breakfast?
No, I didn't. It's good. We went before we went to shop for it.
Brandon, you didn't mention the price. 7.49 Monday and Friday and 3.79. What's the line on? I never go to that one. I always Oh, I know the one, yeah. Yeah, not far from yeah, there is one yeah, and it's right on the
This afternoon's attendance is 982. 982. Thank you for your attendance.
Good afternoon, welcome back to the Dave Bryant Stadium. The second half of Enfield Town versus Chippenham Town is coming up. It can only get better as a spectacle, I think. The players are just trotting out into the pitch now. Chippenham players first, Town players second. Bit of detective work. We don't anticipate any substitutions at half-time, primarily because all 5 Town substitutes stayed out on the pitch. Even though there was that elongated and intense conflab between Gavin McPherson, John Nurse and the rest of the coaching staff down there, we don't anticipate any changes, which means that the Town players will line up with Joe Wright in goals, Zav Benjamin, Adam Thompson, Henry Hawkins at the back 3, Mickey Parcell the captain, and Harry Sidwell sitting in front of that back 3, Billy Leonard wide right, Ollie Knight wide left, and then Jack Bates, Lennon Peake supporting Sam Youngs in attack. Town substitutes today: Anointed Chuku, the new boy Cian Dillon, Bailey Brown, Charlie Stallard and Hisham Kasimu. It will be Chippenham to kick off the second half. They've got Henry, Poffley, Grant, Johnson, Evans, Matt McClure, their captain, Tom Owen Evans, Alex Bray, Luke Spokes, Kane Bradbury and Henry Parsons as their line-up. The players are set. A bumper crowd of 982 in attendance today. It's still a lovely day. It's wispy clouds across the sky. The whistle's just gone, and the second half of this game, the first of 6 final games of the season, has got underway. Mickey Parcells headed the ball out of play, and it's a throw to Chippenham on halfway on the right-hand flank. So, what will Town change, if anything, in this second half? John, I'll ask you to keep an eye on the formation, see how much it changes, but it's Chippenham on the attack to start the second half. They lob the ball in towards the area. Adam Thompson, as has been the case so far this match, wins everything in the air. Sam Youngs has managed to squeeze a header through to Peake. Peake right-footed, tries to drill it back into the centre. Youngs almost able to pick it up, but Chippenham smuggle it clear. There's Owen Evans, first time ball forward by him, looking for Evans. Whistle's gone against Billy Leonard for a late dab off the foot on Jake Evans, and it's a free kick to Chippenham just inside their half on the left. And Kane Bradbury will take that. Bradbury, the 24-year-old. He lobs it forward. Adam Thompson does well to clear up the danger. Benjamin squeezes it clear, and it will be a throw to Chippenham, 15 yards inside the Town half. On the left as Chippenham attack. They're making a bit of a production of getting the ball forward, and Mickey Parcell's able to lob the ball clear, the Town captain, up towards Peake, and Ollie Knight helps him. Peake tries to force the header through towards Knight ahead of him. Peake's going to now shepherd the ball out of play, and he's won the throw on halfway on the far side, the left, as Town attack. Where once there stood a stand, it's now disappeared. It's on the move as the renovations continue around the Dave Bryant Stadium. Town have a throw on halfway on the left. Henry Hawkins will takes a bit of gallop run up and then hurls it a good 20 yards forward. Sam Youngs gets the flick onto it, but there's no one in advance of him, and it's gone straight through to the goalkeeper. And after 2 minutes of the second half, it remains Enfield Town 0, Chippenham Town 0. Still looks like a front three for Town. Sam Youngs at the centre of it, Bates inside right, Peake inside left, as Henry kicks from feet to his left back. Evans, however, is tackled well by Bates and Billy Leonard. Neat footwork to drift infield. Leonard on the charge, then tucks outfield, gives it to Youngs, right corner of the area. Mickey Parcell now driving forward. Parcell overruns it slightly, and he's brought down. Did really well there just to make sure he won the free kick, because he was slightly losing control of the ball, and it's a free kick in a dangerous position here for Town. It's about 40 yards from goal, slightly to the right of the D. If they're feeling lucky, they might have a shot, but I suspect Lennon Peake will chip this into the area. Henry Hawkins and Adam Thompson have gone forward. Benjamin stayed back, interestingly. Peake's the only man over the free kick. There's only a one-man wall. I mean, he could have a shot from here, but it would be speculative, wouldn't it? It's 40 yards, I think, from goal, 35 at least. And Town do have 5 men forward for the chip delivery. In it comes. It is a shot from Peake, but it's wide. It did have Will Henry scrambling in the Chippenham goal, but it was a long way out, and I think if it had been on target, Henry would have got there. So the first shot of the second half, it was a direct free kick from Lennon Peake. It drifted wide, and it remains Enfield Town 0, Chippenham Town 0. Anything you note at all about the setup in the second half, or was it much of a muchness?
I don't know, it seems much of muchness, but it seems to be like a front three, and Youngs is in the middle this time. He hasn't drifted yet, so not a huge change. Bit more impetus second half, but saying that, it didn't take much to make it an improvement from the last half. But for you fans out there, it's a bit more lively, the initial exchanges, and it seems to be the impetus is with Enfield Town at this stage.
Conditions are still lovely. It's good batting weather if you're a cricket fan. The sun's out, wispy clouds here and there. Notice the linesman's flag is fluttering ever so slightly. There's a battle for possession on halfway. Chippenham have forced it forward on the left, but Adam Thompson's come across to see that out under the auspices of Tom Owen Evans, and it's a throw to Chippenham, level with the edge of the Town area on the left. Tyreek Johnson will take, the 26-year-old. Arrived in the summer of 2023 from Chelmsford with Premier League experience under his bench. He gives it to Spokes. Spokes checks onto his left foot, chips it forward in towards the area, but it's a poor pass. It's cleared by Town. Sam Youngs takes it on his chest, back to goal, and does really well to force it forward towards halfway, but only as far as Grant. Parcell's header just about cleared from a Chippenham player, and Knight can stab it forward upwards. Headed clear by Poffley, headed forward again by Sidwell. Ball hasn't touched the ground around the centre circle. Parcell now tries to shove it forward, taken down really well by Bates. Bates turns on the right, drifts inside his man, is just shoved aside there by Johnson. Play goes on, but Benjamin's done really well to steal possession, then feeds it out wide right. Billy Leonard keeps it in play down by the corner flag. Leonard tries to get across, and it's charged down by the first man. Leonard tries to get to the second ball, but it's cleared by Johnson, and Town have won the throw at least. Level with the edge of the Chippenham area on the right. Billy Leonard's got the ball in his hands, takes the throw quickly to Parcell. Parcell controls on his left and spins the ball towards the area, but it's headed clear by Chippenham. Sidwell gets the foot in, but he's beaten to it by Parsons. Sidwell's won it back, however. Here's Bates, shoots from range, over the bar from just outside the D, about 25 yards. Right-footed shot, but it was always rising. Finished about a yard over the bar. Didn't really trouble Will Henry in the Chippenham goal, but a good little period of pressure there from Town.
Yeah, so probably the only purple patch in the game for any team, I think, and they've got to capitalise on this now and keep that pressure up. And what previous matches, I think, is closing down the opposition's made them create mistakes, and so more of this. It's a big improvement. So keep believing, Towners.
So with Chippenham on halfway is Owen Evans, and a period of one-touch football is brutally cut out by Town, and now Sam Youngs is on the chase for Town, but Grant is able to clear for Chippenham up towards halfway, and Zav Benjamin's done really well to shove his man out of the way and win the throw. Takes the throw up the right for Town, looking for Bates, but it was well stolen by Evans. Chippenham now switch the play out to their right, and it's Bray who's able to take on Hawkins. Hawkins conceded the throw, and Chippenham have possession now, trying to work their way down the right, but Hawkins should have that under control. He hooks a clearance up the line, and that's another. Is it just a day for the tiniest ball boys in the world today? All four of them I can see around the pitch look about 5 years old. They're wearing their bibs as if they're tents. It's a throw to Chippenham, halfway inside the Town half, on the right as they attack. In fact, it's not halfway inside, it's only about 15 yards inside the Town half, because the referee is ordering them backwards. It's Bray who's been ordered backwards. He takes the throw now on the right, and Town immediately win it back, try to shove it up towards Youngs. It's cut out on halfway. Sidwell challenges for the ball in the centre circle. Mickey Parcell rises for a header, wins it. Bates tries to, that's a really good volley into the path of Billy Leonard, but Johnson's there. Not the best clearance from Johnson. Didn't go where he wanted it. It's gone out of play, and Town have their first corner of the second half. Their fourth of the game. It will be from the right. That's a testimony to the pressing there of Billy Leonard. It was a bit of a nothing ball really, but it was a bouncing ball. Leonard applied the pressure, Johnson hurried his clearance, and it didn't go where he wanted it. It's a corner to Town. Town fans behind that Hertfordshire Zoo goal have found their voice, and Lennon Peake has both arms raised on the right to take this corner. Town have 7 men in the area. In comes the left footed corner towards the back post. Header from Hawkins, blocked off the line. In comes the rebound, blocked again, and another shot from Hawkins. Appeals for handball. Play goes on. Jack Bates, left corner of the area, tries to curl a shot in. Is punched clear by the goalkeeper, and then cleared up towards halfway, and the Town fans are in good voice. The initial header, I think, was from Hawkins. It was cleared off the line. The second shot was from Bates. That was saved off the line by the goalkeeper. Hawkins can't quite keep the ball in play. It's going to be a throw deep in Chippenham territory to Chippenham, just in front of their corner flag on the right as they come forward. But that was a good little spell of pressure from the corner for Town.
Yeah, bamboozled with a couple of chances there. Hawkins first, and then Bates. Good saves. It's just, the intensity's increased, and it's good. It's a positive sign. Like I said, this is like closing them down, making mistakes. Just got to keep it up.
However, Chippenham on the attack here. They've tried to play the ball forward. Their main striker is offside, and that's going to go through easy enough to Joe Wright. He clears up towards halfway. Sam Youngs now holds it up really well under pressure from 3 players. How is that not a foul? Plays continued, and now the flag's gone up against Chippenham. Well, Sam Youngs did seem to be pulled to the floor. He was doing really well to hold the ball up on the halfway, competing against 2 players, one of whom seemed to have a good handful of his shirt, dragged him to the floor. Play continued. Youngs is remonstrating with the ref. What did you make of that one, John?
It was a definite foul. It was holding him, and luckily he was offside. It kind of redeemed the... Well, it didn't redeem the ref. They let him off the hook, really. If that had gone in and it wasn't offside, there'll be a big discussion on the pitch there and a heated debate.
Sidwell's given it back to Benjamin on halfway, and he's lobbed the ball up the line but out of play. It will be a throw to Chippenham deep inside their own half on their left. All 3 of the Town management staff, Steve Fry, John Nurse and Gavin McPherson, are prowling that touchline with moody stares across their faces. A lot of pointing and gesticulating going on. All look deep in thought. Do you have some scores to update us on, John?
No, still the same. Chesham against Welling 0-0. Salisbury leading Tunbridge 1-0, and St Albans leading Farnborough 1-0. I think there might be some substitutions coming up, because I can see the 4th official talking there.
And we can see Bailey Brown getting ready to come on. Before the game, Gavin McPherson was telling me that Bailey Brown hadn't fully recovered from his ankle injury, so he's worth a place on the bench, but definitely not fit enough to start. Sam Youngs has done really well to win the header. Bates has lobbed the ball into the area, and it's easy enough for Will Henry to gather. And Chippenham can now move forward with Luke Spokes deep he's inside his own half. It's forced to go backwards to Poffley. Poffley short to Bradbury. First time ball played up the line, looking to catch out Town, but Hawkins has that well under control. And considering he had it well under control, it was a slightly rushed clearance in the end from Hawkins. It's gone out of play, and it would be a throw to Chippenham, and we are going to see the arrival of Bailey Brown. 11 minutes into the second half. So 56 minutes in, Brown on, Sidwell off. What have you made of Harry Sidwell today?
Andy?
He's done well defensively more than anything, but creatively I think we lack that spine in the team, that presence of Bailey Brown as well. He adds a bit of height as well for set pieces, and he gets more of a foothold in the midfield, I think, especially tight games like this.
Bailey Brown then enters the fray, who last week I caught up with him after the game against Slough, and he was telling me how difficult he found it to be a fan. Said it was sending his pulse through the roof, trying to watch from the sidelines without being able to influence the game. And I said to him, well, welcome to our world, Bailey.
Cian Dillon.
It looks like Cian Dillon's going to make his bow as an Enfield player as well. He's pulled on his number 10 shirt. He's looking suitably nervous.
We have a score update. Chesham 1, Welling 0, which is good news for us at the moment. And it'd be interesting. I think Cian Dillon's going to make an appearance there as well as soon as there's a time.
It's a free kick meantime to Chippenham, and it's in a dangerous position. It's about 40 yards from goal, fairly wide on the right. They've sent the big men forward. In comes the free kick now, headed over the bar by Zav Benjamin. I think got the head, and it almost flew in. It's out for a corner. It was Zav Benjamin's head at the near post, and it flew only a few inches over the crossbar. So it's Chippenham's first corner of the second half, their second of the game. It's going to be taken from this left-hand side. Luke Spokes is over it. Spokes, the 24-year-old, one red card to his name this season, last month against Hemel Hempstead. He takes the corner now towards the near post. It's flicked on. It was an attempted header by Grant at the near post, but it's gone towards the corner flag, and Bailey Brown can launch the ball long up the pitch. Lennon Peake is streaking after it, and Johnson, under pressure, is forced to put the ball wide. He's helped out there by Grant, I think, but Town have won a throw, and that was all due to the sprinting press of Lennon Peake from what was otherwise just a straightforward hoofed clearance by Bailey Brown. So Town have a throw midway inside the Chippenham half on the left as they attack. Goes up the line to Youngs, back with Knight, infield to Bailey Brown. He's already had a bit of an influence on this game, a few touches since coming on a minute ago. It's back with Adam Thompson, couldn't quite control that ball forward. Billy Leonard's done well to keep it in. It's taken on the thigh by Bates on this right touchline. Gives it wide to Leonard, tries the first time cross. It's deflected by Johnson, who's done well to keep it in play. Gives it to Bradbury. Bradbury under pressure from Billy Leonard, deep inside his own half, gives it to Johnson. Johnson closed down by Billy Leonard. Throw conceded, but good pressing there by Leonard down by the corner flag. And Chippenham have the throw, but they're deep inside their own half. You can see Cian Dillon receiving instructions. Hopes high for the new signing for Enfield Town. He's a loan signing from QPR, only signed by QPR from Shamrock Rovers in January. He's an Ireland under-19 international with 4 goals and 6 appearances. He's got a shock-off short red hair. He's quite short and stocky. Looking at him now, still standing there in the dugout receiving instructions. So his introduction is imminent. Chippenham have taken the throw. Parcell headed it back. Grant clears up the line. Parcell gets another head in it. Billy Leonard challenges. Parcell takes it on his thigh this time, then chips it forward up the right. Taken on the chest there by Chippenham. Then a woeful clearance by Bradbury. Just went sideways rather than out. And it will be Lennon Peake making way for Cian Dillon. What have you made of Lennon Peake's performance today, John?
Well, he's done really well. He's got pace, ingenuity. He's playing more central, I guess, when he's normally on the wings. He plays a bit more effective, but still, it's a good performance, good shift in, and it'd be nice to see Gian Dillon. He used to play for my favourite Irish team, Shamrock Rovers, so hopefully, he's going to be a bit feisty.
We'll see. Town have this throw then just outside the penalty area on the right. It's thrown short by Parcell towards Brown, but Owen Evans did well to win it. Adam Thompson wins the header. Parsons takes it down. Neat ball played forward there by McClure into the path of Spokes. Chippenham on the counter-attack here on the right. Spokes still. In comes the overlap. Ball's pulled back. Here's Parsons' left-footed shot blocked off the line by Thompson. Second shot comes in and it's over the bar from Owen Evans. The initial shot was from the edge of the area by Parsons. It was blocked on the line by the feet of Adam Thompson. It came out to Owen Evans on the edge of the area. His first time rebound shot flew over the bar and let off there for Town, who was slightly caught on the counter-attack.
Yeah, got caught out there. Yes. Now, if Bailey Brown was watching, how would we feel? As one of those prime moments and occasions of sheer terror and anticipation, but you've got away with that one. And latest score now, Chesham 1, Welling 1. And Salisbury is still beating Tunbridge 1-0, and so St Albans against Farnborough.
Town looking to try to create an attack. Here's Dillon getting his first involvement in action. He's bundled over his man Grant, but plays continued. It's good play by Dillon, battling down with Grant, and it's emerged here for Bates inside the area on the right. Bates has gone down. Penalty, no, it's a free kick has been given against Bates, and a yellow card is coming out for Jack Bates for the dive. Jack Bates, it was good work by Dillon down by the right corner flag to keep the ball alive. He won the ball. Jack Bates took over possession, raced into the area on the right by the byline, checked inside, checked back. It looked to me like he played the ball and then went over. It did look like the referee got that right to me. What did you make of that one, John?
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle. Initially you think, but then when you retrospectively look back at it, I'm not sure it was deliberate, but he did, it wasn't a penalty, I don't think, and probably the right decision in the end.
Yeah, but first glance, that looked to me like Bates had slightly overhit it and then threw himself down. And there may have been an outstretched leg, but it wasn't what brought him down. That was my initial reaction. When the ref blew, I initially thought, I could see the ref clearly having a think. When he blew, I thought he was giving a penalty. But I think he got that one right, in fairness. Play continues. Sam Young's knocking the ball into the path of Bates. Here's a chance for the shot from Jack Bates. Oh, good save. Will Henry. Jack Bates on the volley. It was a good flick on from Sam Young's in the right corner of the area. It bounced, and from about 12, 14 yards out, Jack Bates on the bouncing ball got the volley. Did really well to keep it down. It was, I suppose, straight at Will Henry, but he had to shoot a palm up above his head and push it over. Great save. Town have their fifth corner of the game. It's taken short on the right. It's out to Mickey Parcell. Parcell tries to drill it in. It's blocked, and it will go out for another corner. Town's sixth of the game. And it will again be taken from the right, and it's Ollie Knight is going to come across to take this corner from the right. What did you make of that save from the Jack Bates shot?
It was a good shot, actually. It was worth the shot, and it was at him, but I think best player so far on the pitch has been Will Henry. I think he's done a few good saves. And Chesham has just scored another 2-1 against Welling now.
In comes the corner towards the near post. It flicks up and just over the bar. It's a bit of a ricochet there. I think it bounced off Henry Hawkins in the end. It looped up rather than having any power on it, and it's gone over the bar. But there's something here for the fans, Town fans, to get excited about. Lots of oohs and ahs behind the goal. Not really yet being clear-cut chances, but a few half chances, a few scrambled opportunities, and Will Henry starting to live a slightly charmed life in the Chippenham goal. 20 minutes into the second half. Town 0, Chippenham 0, but the game's livened up a bit since that first half.
Oh, 100%. I didn't take much to improve that, but it has been a really good sort of second half so far. Entertaining, a bit more value there, and Enfield Town are edging it, I'd say, in this match so far, creating more chances. But like you said there, Michael, half chances. But yeah, it's positive, and with the way the results are going, we probably do need to get a win just to have a little bit of a cushion, and saves me needing a respirator against St Albans.
St Albans on Good Friday is going to be the crunch game, isn't it? No matter how much Town fans might want the club to be secure and safe by then. It feels like that's an absolutely massive game. You can hear every kick of that and every remaining game, home and away, on this channel in the coming weeks. Chippenham having to play out from the back. Good pressing there from Bates, undeterred by that yellow card. If anything, fired up by that yellow card. Good pressing. It's forced throw for Chippenham, deep inside their own half on the left touchline. I say deep inside their own half. They've stolen 15 yards from where the ball went out. They're taking the throw right up by the halfway line. It's gone up the line. High foot there, given the whistle's gone against Chippenham for the high foot. And it's a free kick to Town. High foot against Bailey Brown. And it remains Town 0, Chippenham 0 as we approach the halfway point of this second half. Be a free kick to Town then, 10 yards inside their own half. Zav Benjamin thinks about taking it, leaves it for Joe Wright. And the Town forwards amass about 15 yards outside the Chippenham area. It's a high line being held by Chippenham, but a chance for Joe Wright to sling the ball into Chippenham territory. And Bailey Brown, Henry Hawkins have gone forward. Thompson and Benjamin have stayed back. Forward it comes from Wright. It's not reached all those Town players. It's flicked forward by Knight. Hawkins has lost out. It's going to come back to Parcell. First time he switches the ball out towards Bates. First time volley into the area. It's cleared by Chippenham. Sam Knight tries to bring it down. Billy Leonard will pick it up outside the area, chips it into the area now. It's got to come out to the edge of the area. Henry Hawkins thinks about a shot, brings it down instead. Heavy touch. It comes to Knight. Knight stabs it out to Billy Leonard on the right. Leonard crosses low in towards the area. Shot comes in from Bates. Goes wide of goal. Goal kick given. It was a low cross from Bates. It was a low cross from Billy Leonard. It reached Bates and around the penalty spot, slightly behind him. He had to turn and swivel to try to get his shot in. Couldn't direct it on target, but more good pressure there from Town.
Yeah, getting closer and closer, huffing and puffing. Hopefully we'll blow their house down sooner or later at this rate. It's looking much better, and I think having Bailey Brown there is a bit of, getting those loose balls sometimes, a presence there. And it just seems to be working a lot better now. I mean, Kian Dillon there, it's a bit more aggression up front, a bit more tenacity.
Poor clearance there from Poffley has put his own teammates Chippenham under pressure. Bates picks it up on the left touchline, halfway inside the Chippenham half, goes backwards to Brown, first time ball forward looking for Knight. Knight's got a bit of space here on the left, down by the byline, drills a low cross in. It's cleared by Chippenham. Town had plenty of bodies in the area. I think they counted 5 bodies in the area for Town for the pullback from Leonard. From Knight, but it was cleared by Chippenham. Little spell of pressure building here for Town. Throw to Enfield, taken on the left by Hawkins. Youngs battles for it, but it's gone out of play, and it's going to be a throw to Chippenham in their right back position. So 24 minutes into the second half. Town 0, Chippenham 0. Throw and a moment of respite for Chippenham, deep inside their own half. Chippenham, who come into this game having beaten Weymouth in their last game 1-0 through a penalty, but prior to that they lost 4 and drew 1, so not the best run of form for Chippenham. The ball's all the way back with Joe Wright, or it took a bobble before he got to him, and his kick wasn't the best. It bobbled up. Billy Leonard was able to clear it up to halfway, but Chippenham can bring it forward here with Bradbury. It's gone out wide left to Evans, shoved forward towards Owen Evans, but Thompson's competing. However, Chippenham have it back. Here's Johnson on the left, trying to get an early cross in, closed down by Billy Leonard. It's going to be a throw to Chippenham, level with the edge of the area on the left. Tyreek Johnson has the ball in his hands, takes it short. Owen Evans comes short to Evans, back to Owen Evans on the left still, battling there from Parcell, appealing for the throw. Benjamin goes in quite late, shoves his man to the ground, give him a bit of a kick to the ground, I guess. Referee's happy enough with what he's seen. Play will just continue with the throw. Aggressive there, I think it's fair to say, from Benjamin, but within the rules of the game. Throw's taken on the left. Chippenham's trying to build the ball up towards the left corner of the area. Town have managed to stab the ball half clear. Bradbury tries to bring it forward, but Bailey Brown's dispossessed. Chippenham player, his attempted ball forward is cut out. Bates shoves it forward. Sam Youngs challenges for ball on halfway, but it's picked up by Chippenham. It's been described as a dogfight to my right, and I wouldn't disagree with that. It's become a bit scrappy, but Bailey Brown's acquitting himself well in the centre of the pitch there for this scrappy battle that it's becoming. It's Chippenham now try to build on the right, building the ball But Bailey Brown stepped in there again to cut out the pass to intercept it. He shoved it out to play for a throw. It's a throw in a dangerous position here for Chippenham. It's level with the edge of the town area on the right as they attack. It's going to be taken by Alex Bray on the right. Comes into Parsons, tries to turn his man. It's stabbed clear by Town. Here's Bates. Bates second time ball. Here's something for Dillon to chase on the right flank. Running the right channel here, Dillon feeds it into the path of Billy Leonard. Well, it was into the feet of Leonard, really. Was unable to bring it under control, and then well shepherded out of play by Johnson for Chippenham, and it's a goal kick for Chippenham. Little glimpse there of what Dillon can do. He's not the tallest, but he's quite stocky, and he's got good upper body strength there. He used his strength well there. I'd say he's about 5'10" from distance, maybe 5'9", 5'10". He used his body strength well there. Very enthusiastic.
Yeah, it's been kind of a Wayne Rooney physique, isn't he, really? And he's got a similar kind of hair and look, actually, as well. Irish background, probably, as well. And, yeah, he's looking a bit more tenacious. And like, I think having Bailey Brown back there, it's added a bit more stability in midfield and, you know, presence. So it's looking good so far. They've just got to capitalise and score.
Something there for Dillon to chase again, but Grant got the header first, and now Evans can bring it forward up towards halfway on the left for Chippenham, but he's not on the same wavelength as Owen Evans, his semi-namesake, and Benjamin's able to step in as Parcell. Bates for Town, dispossessed by Bradbury. He's had a good game in the centre there for Chippenham. He's given it to Spokes wide right to Parsons for Chippenham. Parsons left-footed ball, trying to feed it forward, but Bailey Brown was in the right place at the right time again, and Town can bring it forward. Here's Knight, low ball played forward up the flank to Sam Youngs, hugging the left touchline. Youngs holds it up, turns, goes backwards towards Brown. Brown takes a touch, gives it back to Hawkins. Hawkins forward to Youngs. He's now in space on the left. Youngs takes a couple of touches, looks up, spreads the ball wide right towards Billy Leonard. That's a lovely pass. Lovely touch from Leonard as well. Low cross into the area. It's cut out by the Chippenham defender and cleared for a throw, but the Town fans enjoyed that. That was a beautiful delivery from Youngs to find Leonard, and then a really teasing cross from Billy Leonard on the right.
Well, that's good. It was a really good run there, pretty menacing as well, and posing more threats now as the game is progressing. And just got to get that final touch on the ball and shoot. And it's just the last pass and the final ball is lacking, but it's getting better. Keep the faith, Towners.
Town building on the right from the throw. However, Billy Leonard's been dispossessed by Johnson. Johnson will play a long ball forward. It's cut out well by Zav Benjamin. Benjamin has a think and chips it up the line. That's something for Bates to chase. Can he keep it in? Not quite. It's gone out to play for a goal kick. But definitely a bit of a swing in the pendulum in terms of pressure in these last 10 or 15 minutes. Town more on the front foot. Chippenham still posing a threat, particularly down the flanks, but Town looking slightly more likely. It's going to be a goal kick here to Chippenham. 17 minutes remaining then. Still Town 0, Chippenham 0. Will Henry will take the goal kick for Chippenham. He's getting solid chorus from the Town fans behind him. So he takes the kick now in that luminous yellow kit. Hawkins wins the header around halfway, and Parcello, he's made a mess of that. Attempted ball forward to Billy Leonard. Benjamin, however, will keep it in, and he lobs the ball up the line, but that's too much for Bates to chase. It's gone out to play, and Benjamin having a little push and shove there with Jake Evans. Not sure what that was about. Not sure I'd fancy in a fight between the two of them, but it all came to naught. Just a bit of good, honest passion about the game. And Chippenham take the throw on halfway on their left. It's lobbed forward, and Adam Thompson, he'll be a contender for quiet in the background man of the match, I think. Adam Thompson, everything that's come his way, he's got to first. He's won that header first, and it's gone out to play for a Chippenham throw in front of their dugouts. So it's just inside the town half on the left as Chippenham attack. Johnson stabbed forward now by Bradbury. Ball's gone out of play. Throw to Chippenham, which Parsons is looking to take quickly. Thompson thinks it should have been a Town throw, but Chippenham get on with it. Take the throw down the left. Here's McClure. Good covering there from Billy Leonard. And that's gone out of play for a throw to Chippenham, level with the edge of the Town area, just where Charlie Stallard and Anointed Chiku are warming up, going through their paces. Johnson takes the throw for Chippenham on the left, comes back to him, brings it under control. He's closed down by Parcell, and Town have crowded out the Chippenham players here, and it's gone out to play for another throw to Chippenham in an identical position on the left. Substitution is being readied by one of the teams, but play will continue for now. Johnson takes the throw, infield to Spokes, back to Johnson, now lobs it in towards the area. Thompson gets the head onto it, it's going to fall for Chippenham play, in comes the shot, it's well cleared, well blocked by Hawkins, and it's spun off him and out. Chippenham will pick it up with Bray deep inside the town half, forward by Bradbury, then Bray tries to chip it forward in towards the area. Here's Parsons trying to flick it into the path of a teammate, but it's fallen for Spokes. Now Bradbury, 40 yards from goal in central position, flicks the ball forward. Joe Wright comes off his line really quickly there to get there first, because Jake Evans was closing in on the through ball. Wright kicks from feet, Sam Youngs gets the flick on looking for Dillon. Youngs goes for the second ball, Dillon's challenging for that header again. It's going to be picked up now by Bates. Young shoots from distance, just wide of goal. Speculative volley there from 25 yards from Sam Youngs on the volley. Caught it sweetly, but off target, and it's a goal kick to Chippenham.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, catching the goalie off guard, but it was a bit of a mishit sort of connection. Substitute now for Chippenham. Voza is going to come on, and we're just going to think is Owen Evans, I think, on the board. Yeah, it's Owen Evans coming off. And seeing a bit of fresh legs in the middle, but it's to and fro. It's a bit worrying at times, but I think if any team at the moment is edging it, it's definitely Enfield Town, but anything's still likely to happen. It could take a moment of brilliance or deflection sometimes. So, deep breaths, everybody.
Yeah, the tension is ratcheting up a bit here as Evans stabs the ball forward for Chippenham. Benjamin's missed his kick initially, recovers to half clear second time, and then Mickey Parcell gets back and no nonsense clears it up the line. Goalkeeper's come all the way out of his area, need it forward with Jack Bates in attendance, and Chippenham can clear that out of play up the line. Well, there's a moment of panic there for Chippenham as a long ball was played forward towards Bates, and the Chippenham goalkeeper Will Henry came racing about 40-45 yards off his goal. It was an awkward bouncing ball and he had to make do with his knee to get it forward. The throw initially taken by Town was taken from the wrong spot, so they're going to retake it. Billy Leonard will take it just over halfway. On the right, Leonard throws down the line looking for Youngs, but it's headed forward by Evans instead. Parcell, Leonard does well to keep it in, hooks the ball over his shoulder in towards the area. It's going to bounce. Knight challenges. It's not a great punch there from the goalkeeper, but it's hacked clear by Chippenham defender. Town will look to re-emerge. Benjamin tussles there with McClure, and then Billy Leonard is caught very late by McClure. Refs coming over, immediately pulls out the yellow card. There are shouts of off from the Town fans. It was basically a late crunching challenge on halfway by McClure on Billy Leonard. Took his legs away. Low sliding challenge. Gary Horgan, the Chippenham manager, is having words with the Town bench. It's a straight yellow card for McClure. What did you make of that, John?
Yeah, it was definitely a yellow card, possibly giving it an orange, something in between, but not sending off, certainly. Yeah, it was a very fierce challenge, timed, and took him out completely, so no arguments there at all.
Yeah, no real complaints from either side. I think a red would have been particularly harsh. It was certainly a yellow, and it's a free kick for Town. The fourth official is having a word with Gary Horgan, the Chippenham manager.
Come on, Town!
Was I thinking it wasn't a yellow? Seriously?
I can't. Yeah, it's difficult to believe that Horgan's got any words of complaint about that one. It had to be a yellow, without any doubt. Town are going to take this free kick then, right on halfway on the right-hand touchline. Mickey Parcell will take. Still words being exchanged between Horgan and the Town bench. In comes the free kick, right-footed from Parcell up towards the edge of the area. Thompson gets the first head on it, headed clear by Chippenham. Hawkins putting pressure on the substitute Voza, and the free kick has gone Town's way, which I have to say baffles me a bit. It didn't seem like there was an infringement at all. It just seemed like good, honest battling between Hawkins and Voza.
Yeah, definitely. I was surprised there, but I'm not going to complain if he scored from this free kick. But it just seemed to be connecting, challenging each other. But I think the referee's definitely right now, though, because it's in our favour.
It will be Lennon Peake left-footed. So the free kick is about 40 yards from goal to the left. to the left, it's sort of level with the left edge of the area, but 40 yards from goal. In it comes from Peaky, goes for goal. It's saved low. In comes the rebound. It's saved again, and it's in. Is it? Town fans are appealing. The ball's been cleared. The goal hasn't been given. Play continues. The linesman has not judged that it went over the line. The Town bench are apoplectic about this decision. Gavin McPherson is appealing that it was a goal. Nothing's been given. Play has continued. Thompson got the initial header. A shot came in from the left. It was cleared off the line. It seemed to hit the net. Well, the net definitely rippled. We're not sure if it was the ball or one of the players who made the net ripple. The sum of it is that play continued. It's now gone out to play for a goal kick. John, what did you make of that? What did you make of that incident, John?
It looked definitely over the line. I don't know about the net. I think it's a player went in the net maybe, but it looked from here that it was over the net, so I'm surprised the linesman didn't see that. With the whole ball over? Maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell from his angle, but
That's incredible.
I mean, yeah, well, if that went in and was given a goal, don't think they would have complained, Chippenham, about it, to be honest. It looked over, but it's hard to tell from this angle exactly if the whole ball's over. Here's what we could do with VAR for once, or actually a goal line technology, I should say.
Well, the Town bench were up in arms about that one. All of them absolutely screaming at the assistant referee. But the referee's decision is final. The linesman, the assistant referee, didn't judge that as he crossed the line, and plays continue. Town still on the front foot, however. Parcell winning a header in the middle third, challenging again for another header, being wrestled out there by Voza, the substitute. Benjamin eventually gets a foot forward up towards Knight. There was an unsubtle push on Knight, but plays continued. Dillon now tries to hold the ball up back to goal, but it's hacked clear by Chippenham. Parcell gets a header in it. It's a good header as well. It's out wide to the right, and Billy Leonard, he feeds it forward for Bates up the right touchline. Bates, he's dispossessed, but the ball's gone out to play off Bradbury for a Town throw about 10-15 yards from the corner flag on the right. 8 minutes to go. Town feeling aggrieved, but it's still Town 0, Chippenham 0. Billy Leonard with this throw from the right. Leonard to take the throw. Town fans in great voice. Leonard takes the throw towards Bailey Brown, but he's managed to get the ball back towards the byline. Leonard stands the ball up, but it's behind the goal. Tried to really stub that clearance into the area, but couldn't get his foot behind it, couldn't wrap his foot around it, and it just went behind the goal for a goal kick. Good pressure continues, however, from Town.
It was interesting that flash scores put us as 1-0 up, so whoever's monitoring the scores it thought it was in as well, never mind us up here. So a bit controversial, but you know, I think Enfield deserve the lead at the moment. So the one side in it at the moment, it looks like it's going to win it, but you just don't know, do you, until it's over.
Play continues then. Hawkins wins a header on halfway. Dillon and Youngs give chase. Grant, poor clearance from him. He's going to be picked up by Bailey Brown. Here's Bates, 40 yards from goal. He's bundled over. Ref lets that go on as well. It was Evans. Parcell comes across to put a stop to Evans' run. Oh, Parcell has then crashed to the ground, slipped in the dugout, and he looked in a bit of pain there. He's picked himself up and hobbled off. That looked a bit awkward for a moment there as Parcell came to the touchline just in front of the dugout and then lost his footing on that worn out piece of turf by the dugout, but he's picked himself up and plays continued, and this is a ball for Voza to chase, and Thompson does really well, got a shove in the back but still guided a sensible header into the midriff off Joe Wright, his goalkeeper. As I said, Adam Thompson hasn't put a foot wrong today. Joe Wright's kicked along, it's been headed clear. Hawkins will pick that up inside his own half. That will go for a throw. 6 minutes to go. I mentioned Adam Thompson. Any other players caught your eye today in terms of a man of the match from a Town perspective?
I think the standout player hasn't put a foot wrong or made any mistakes. Adam Thompson, he adds a bit of authority at the back, leads the team well from the back. Bates has done really well as well.
And Dillon there, once again, he's made a real impact since he came on, putting the pressure on high press. He's rescued a lost cause. Now Brown and Bates are picking it up. Here's Parcell from range, lets loose, and just that fizzed over the bar. 20-25 yards out. Caught it very sweetly, but it was always rising slightly, really fizzed over the bar. Sorry, John, back to you and your man of the match nominations.
I think there's been a few players, but definitely the standout cut above has been Adam Thompson. Like I said, close second maybe Jack Bates. He's always been a threat, creating a lot, havoc there. He's done really well, so it's a close one between the two. And we've got a substitution at the moment.
And Chuku's coming on for Jack Bates. So Town really going for it here. And why wouldn't they? The draw really isn't good enough at this stage. Jack Bates going off, and you've just waxed lyrical about him in the performance he's put in. Chuku will presumably take the central berth with Dylan and Youngs alongside him, would you expect?
Yeah, I think he'll be there, and Dylan next to him on the side there, and maybe Young's pushing just behind, or I think there seem to be all three up front at the moment. So we're just pushing, looking more likely to score, and we deserve a win, to be honest, what I've seen so far.
Running out of time, however, only 4 minutes left, and Chippenham have the ball on halfway here. They're on the front foot. They've won a throw off Billy Leonard on the left flank as they attack on about halfway. So Chuku's on. It looks like Dylan is the furthest forward. Chuku slightly to the right. Chippenham trying to steal a good 15 yards. And the ball went out of play on halfway. The minutes over, the seconds tick by. Town 0, Chippenham 0. Town now with Dylan and Chuku in attack alongside Youngs. Youngs has dropped back, and it looks like Dylan and Chuku are front two. As Thompson once again guides a header back to Joe Wright. Joe Wright now kicks long towards the right, and Sam Youngs. Youngs appeals for fouls not forthcoming. Bradbury clears up the line for Chippenham. Parcell crashed into from behind. He's won the free kick this time. Ironic cheers from the Town faithful, are feeling very hard done by here. And it's a free kick. Parcell still grounded, feeling the small of his back, I think. He's just 5 yards inside the Chippenham half, and Town are going to send everyone forward for this free kick. Chippenham going to take another substitution themselves. Matt McClure, their captain, he's making way. Aaron Amadi Holloway is coming on, 32-year-old. His 14 clubs have included East Bengal and Brisbane Roar. Aaron Amadi Holloway, much travelled. We have some defending to do first up, however. Parcells picked himself up. He'll take his free kick 10 yards inside the Chippenham half on the right, and all the Town players are amassed near the left edge of the area. In comes the free kick from Youngs. Towards Youngs. It's punched clear by Will Henry. It's Knight challenging for the ball on the left. Half cleared by Chippenham, and then a neat touch by Parsons. Chippenham can bring it forward. Here's Bradbury just inside his own half, chips the ball forward straight down the middle. Benjamin gets the first header on it. Hawkins gets the second header on it. Bailey Brown then competes to try to win the third ball. Spokes is competing as well, and Town are able to half clear. But it's Bray now for Chippenham, getting onto his, still going, Bray trying to feed the ball forward for Johnson, and then Brown does really well to intercept the ball. He's being tugged back, advantage is played now, and Billy Leonard can bring it over halfway on the right for Town. Leonard charging down the right, feeds the ball into the path of Brown, but that's asking too much of Brown. However, the clearance from Grant was slightly fortuitously found Parsons. He gives it back to Bradbury. Bradbury chips it forward straight down the middle. Thompson puts Vozo under pressure. Spokes sends it wide right, and Bray coming over halfway for Chippenham. Final minute of the 90 now. Chippenham chip the ball forwards down the right. Joe Wright's going to come off his line and gather that, and Town need to find this goal from somewhere now. It's Town 0, Chippenham 0. Joe Wright kicks long over halfway, something for Dylan to chase. It's going to be too far for him. Henry comes out of his area, kicks high rather than outwards, and that's a throw to Town halfway inside the Chippenham half on the left. Coming up to the last fling of the dice, 3 minutes of time are going to be added on. Not a huge amount, and Town are going to have to find something from somewhere here in this final 3 minutes. Town have put Chuku, Dylan, Brown and Youngs in the area in anticipation of this throw. It's going to be a long one from Hawkins. Hawkins with the long throw from the left for Town, halfway inside the Chippenham half. In it comes now, into the 6-yard box. It's flicked on by Hawkins. It's going to come back out. Hawkins' header is long. He tries to chip the ball back into the air. It's cleared again by Chippenham. Knight challenges. It's half cleared again by Chippenham. Now they can clear it up towards halfway, and Parsons holds it up. Good touch here by Bradbury. Bradbury holds it up, tries to play it into the path of Voz. Good tackle though from Thompson. However, the ball is squeezed left to Evans, and then the free kick is given for the foul on Voza. For the foul on Voza, the challenge on Voza by Adam Thompson. And this is a free kick in a really dangerous position for Chippenham now. It's shooting distance. It's slightly left of the D, about 23 yards from goal. They do have a free kick specialist in Spokes. Evans is over the ball as well. This is not what Town wants. They've already got 4 men in the wall. About in between 25 and 30 yards, maybe 30 yards from goal. Just left of centre. Into added time. Joe Wright's organised a very big 4-man wall. 5 now. Evans stands over it. Spokes stands over it. It's Spokes. I think it caught a deflection. It's up and over the bar and out for a corner.
One last chance now.
Corner to them.
It's a corner to Chippenham. It's their 3rd corner off the game. It will be taken from their left. Spokes will take it, and he's not in any rush to take it. 90 seconds remaining. Spokes is taking it. But it's going to be a while before he does take it. He's slowly bouncing the ball over towards the corner flag. So Chippenham have put 3 men on the edge of the area, 1 in the penalty spot and 1 on the goal line. Town have everyone back defending this in and around the area. In comes the corner near post. It's flicked, headed away. In comes the return shot. In comes the second shot from Chippenham. It's half cleared. It's going to come to Bradbury. Right foot curls the shot towards the back post. Brilliant save. What a save, Joe Wright. That looked destined for the top corner. Joe Wright flung himself to his left. And it's flicked over for a 4th corner. It's flicked over for a corner for Chippenham from the far side, the right as they attack. Spokes has gone across to take it, and now Town are just clinging on for this point, where previously they'd been looking to get the winner. It's the last minute of added time. It's a corner kick to Chippenham. The Town man of the match has been announced as Jack Bates, by the way. In comes the corner from Spokes into the heart of the area. It's over everybody. Free kick is given to Town. Players from both sides went down. Joe Wright just shoulder barges a player over, a Chippenham player. It was Poffley. He just shoved to the ground in his hurriedness to take the free kick. So, last fling of the dice now for Joe Wright and Town. Right-footed goal kick. He's holding his arms outstretched as if he wants support. Just kick it up the pitch, Joe, I think is going to be the drill. Up it goes into the final third, but the final whistle goes, and the final score is Enfield Town 0, Chippenham Town 0. Well, it was even Stevens. It was a very level affair. It was a pretty dull and incident-free first half. Town probably had the better of the second half. Ultimately, though, Enfield Town 0, Chippenham Town 0. What did you make of that game to sum up, John?
Vastly proven second half, and controversial. Could have looked like it did go over the line, but unfortunately wasn't given. It feels like actually 2 points dropped at the end of the day, I think, because we had the better chances, apart from the last chance of the game falling to Chippenham. Great save by Joe Wright there. Was going top corner, but other than that, I think Enfield deserved probably the points in the end of the day, and it is like, Salisbury winning 2-0, Chesham are winning 3-1 against Welling United, and St Albans winning, so it's a bit more pressure on us now after the weekend's results.
Yeah, not a great day all told here at the Dave Bryant Stadium for Enfield Town. Dropping points today, and that does feel like 2 points dropped. Teams around Town picking up points. St Albans won, winning, Salisbury winning, Welling going down to Chesham. So final score then here from the Dave Bryant Stadium is Enfield Town 0, Chippenham 0. You can join us next week at Hemel Hempstead. You can join us for every remaining Town game, home and away, in this battle for survival. Next week, join us live on air from 2:50 for live coverage of Town away to Hemel Hempstead. In the meantime, do follow the social media, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. ETFC Comms is the page, or other pages to follow. However, until then, I leave you with the final score of Enfield Town 0, Chippenham Town 0.